Hello. So it's the day. So I believe that everyone did the exam too good because the question is it's like it's much more easy. I think around in geography itself there are 2 to 3 questions. It's a direct question from the NCERT. Okay, they just copy paste the statements and placed it. So let's discuss the key. Okay, so it's a more easy question, and also I think maybe the cutoff will be much higher, but at the same time there is some afternoon paper also, so based on which there may be certain changes, because the morning paper is much more easy, means there may be certain trap in the afternoon paper. So let's see. Okay, before that we are going to discuss about the key for the geography. Okay, then we will discuss about the economy. Okay, so let's start from the geography. So first question related to geography is the 9th question. The longest border between any two countries in the world is between. See, it is one of the easiest question. Okay, so it is obviously it's Canada and USA. So the answer is for 9, it's A. It's Canada and USA. Okay, other than that, the second longest border sharing is between the Kazakhstan and Russia. Okay, so there is option for Kazakhstan and Russia also in the option in it's in D, but the answer is actually it's A. It's 9, it's A. Okay, so again, so one of the pakka factual question, and it is a direct question also. So let's see next question. So the next question is actually 29th question is next is the geography. Let's jump into the 29th question. See, and also please note that some of the questions are not even connected to the current affairs. Okay, so it's just like something like factual things. They just go in they just keep on asking these questions. Okay, so and also there are certain repeated questions also there. Okay, last year there is a question related to summer solstice and winter solstice, and this year they are asking the question related to the June 21. Okay, June 21 the time hours. Okay, so more than 12 hours in which latitude. So these kinds of questions also there. So there are repeated questions and also some of the most factual questions, and every questions are actually it's direct questions only. Okay, there is no logical thinking, anything related to these questions. So it is one of the finest and easiest question. I think it's for a decade. The 2024 question is the only question that is more easy. Let's see. Okay, the 29th question. It is the question about the Red Sea. Okay, consider the following statement. The Red Sea receives very little precipitation in any form. Obviously, this is true. 29th question. It is receiving actually a half an inch of rainfall in year. In a year, okay. So it receives very limited rainfall. The reason is it is in the subtropical high pressure belt. Okay, so that is the only reason this region is not receiving any precipitation. Okay, so for the persons who don't know about what is subtropical high pressure belt, I just explain it. Okay, in 0° latitude there is the convection cell start. Okay, and it will diverge and move towards the poles region. Okay, at the certain point it just subside. Okay, the wind will subside, and it is actually subside in the 20° north and 20° south latitude. Okay, so even though this region have a high temperature, there is no rising of the wind due to the another wind that is forcing it in the from the upside to down. Okay, so that is the reason this region is not receiving any rainfall. Okay, so This is called as subtropical high pressure belt. Okay, so this is the reason the Red Sea receives very little precipitation in any form. Actually, Red Sea is in the wedge of that 30-degree latitude. Okay, so that is also one of the reason. Next thing, second statement is no water enters the Red Sea from the river. That is also true. Okay, so that is also true. So the answer is for the 29th question, it's C. Okay, again it is in the NCERT also. Okay, so it is one of the easiest question. So next question related to geography is, let's discuss. It's in the 51st. So 51st question is the next geography question. Yes. See, these kinds of questions are very much basic questions. Okay. The atmosphere is 51st question, the statement 1. It's like a assertion and reason type question. Okay. Consider the following statement. Statement 1. The atmosphere is heated more by the incoming solar radiation than by the terrestrial radiation. It's wrong. Okay. This is the earth. Okay. So incoming solar radiation is with the highest frequency. It's coming into the earth. Okay. It is just bouncing away from the earth. Then it is becoming as a low frequency, high, and then long wavelength radiation. Okay. So here it is high frequency. Okay. And short waves. Okay. After returning from the earth, it is going as low frequency, okay, and long wavelength. Okay, so our earth is covered by the blanket of air masses that is called as atmosphere. Okay, so this atmosphere have a certain greenhouse gases. Okay, this greenhouse gases is nothing but that is also called as a trapping gas. Okay, so what this trapping gas will try to do is they try to trap this radiation. Okay, for that radiation should be in a low frequency. Okay, so this incoming frequency, okay, the incoming solar radiation can't be trapped by this greenhouse gases. Okay, but when it is returning back from the earth means it is in the low frequency long wavelength, so it can be easily trapped by this greenhouse gases. Okay, so it will trap the solar radiation. Okay, now the solar radiation is actually became as a terrestrial radiation. Okay, so this terrestrial radiation is trapped by these greenhouse gases. That is why the earth is being heat and it is livable for the people. Okay, so only the living organism is in earth we can survive. Okay, so that is the reason. So the atmosphere is heated more by the incoming solar radiation. It's actually wrong. Okay, so the terrestrial radiation only heats this earth up. Okay, by that only we feel certain hot when we are in the earth. Okay, so that only makes the earth more livable. Okay, so the first statement is actually wrong. It is the atmosphere is heated more by the terrestrial radiation than by the solar radiation. If the statement was like that, means it is right, but here it is in the other form, so it is wrong. Okay, then second statement is carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases in the atmosphere are good observer of the long wave radiation. That is obviously true. So the first statement is wrong and the second statement is right. So the answer is D. So for 51, the answer is D. Okay, so it is again, this is one of the very, very basic level questions only. Next, we are going to discuss about the 52nd question. Okay, so 52nd question. So here, this is also, and most of the question from this, from the geography is from the climate part only. Okay, they didn't even touch the landforms, anything. Okay, most of the questions are from only this climate part. Okay, so if you are thorough with the climate part, means you can easily answer every question. Okay, next question is it's a 52 question. The statement 1: the thickness of the troposphere at the equator is much greater as compared to the poles. Yes, see, it will be like this: 0° and 90°. Okay, here the troposphere height is 18 kilometer and here it is 8 kilometer. Okay, so the reason for this height differences, okay, the incoming solar radiation. Okay, so the incoming solar radiation insolation is very high, or else it is mostly in this equator to Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn. Okay, so the sunlight is more predominant in this equator region only. So due to that, there is a strong convection. Okay, so that the air masses can be rise up to the 18 kilometer. Okay, so first statement what it is saying is the thickness of the troposphere at the equator is much greater as compared to the, yes, so it is 8 kilometer, it is 8 kilometer, 18 and 8 kilometer. So first statement is right. Next, at the equator the heat is transported to greater height by strong convectional current. Obviously that is the reason. Okay, so the statement 1 and statement 2 are right, and also statement 2 is explaining the statement 1. Okay, so these kinds of question means what it is should be means the statement 1 and in between the statement 1 and statement 2 you have to put a because. Okay, if you put that because means you have that the second statement have to explain the first statement. Okay, the thickness of the troposphere at the equator is much greater as compared to the poles because at the equator heat is transported to a greater height by strong convectional current. Obviously the answer is right. So the answer is for 52nd, it is A. Okay, so this is also one of the easiest question. Next, 53. It is for 53 there is no need for any discussion because it is direct question. Okay, consider the following statements: pyroclastic debris, ash and dust, nitrogen compounds, sulfur compounds. How many of the above products of the volcanic eruptions? Okay, all these 4 are the products of the volcanic eruption. Okay, so for that it is 53. The answer is actually all the 4. It is D. Okay, so there are some direct questions also there. Next is the 54th question. Okay, please note that 54th question is direct NCERT question. Okay, it is in the fundamentals of geography. Okay, in the page number of 83. Okay, both the statements are just picked from that NCERT and they placed it. Okay, please look into the question, the 54th question. Which of the following is are correct inference from the isothermal map in the month of January? The first statement: the isotherms deviate to the north over the ocean and to the south over the continent. Yes, that is actually correct. Okay, first of all in January. Okay, next the second statement is the presence of the cold ocean currents and Gulf streams and North Atlantic drift make the North Atlantic oceans much colder and the isotherm burns towards the north. Both the statements are right. Okay, and these 2 statements are where in the NCERT itself. Okay, please go and check it. Okay, these are the direct question of the NCERT. 54. Okay, it is in the page number 83, and for 54 the answer is actually C. Okay, next question is in the, okay, Next is 55th question. Okay, again it is a direct question and it's a purely a factual part question. Which of the following countries are well known as the two largest cocoa producer in the world? Okay, so the answer is actually C for 55. Okay, so it is actually Ghana and Cote d'Ivoire. Okay, so these are the countries are the largest producer of cocoa. Okay, so it is purely a factual part question. Okay, for that there is no need of discussions. Okay, next we will jump into the next question. It is in the 56th question. Okay, this is also a factual part question. Okay, and also a direct question. See, these kinds of questions are not even connected to any current affairs. Okay, so most of the question asked in this 2024 prelims is it's more of a factual parts and also it is a direct questions only. Okay, so there is no need for any thinking, any processing. Okay, next is 56th question. With reference to the Himalayan river joining the Ganga downstream of Prayagraj from west to east, which of the following sequence is correct? Okay, so it is the Ganga that is flowing. Okay, so from the west to east you have to align it. Okay, so that is the question they are asking. So for that actually first is Gomadi. Okay, next is actually Gagra. And then it is joined by Gandak. Okay, and lastly it is by the Kosi river. Okay, so river Kosi is also called the sorrow of Bihar. Okay, so this is the alignment from the west to east. So the answer for the 56th question is it's B. Okay, so it is purely a factual part question only. So there is no need for any discussion related to that. Next question. Okay, 57th question. Consider the following statement. Statement 1. The rainfall is one of the reason for weathering of rock. Obviously, okay. So when it comes to weathering, there are chemical weathering, physical weathering, and biological weathering. Okay. So when it comes to the rainfall, okay, it will create the chemical weathering and also the physical weathering. Okay, so it will create a chemical and the physical weathering. Okay, so first statement is actually correct. And then the second statement, the rainwater contains carbon dioxide in solution. Okay, see, rainwater will contain many components. Okay, in which the carbon dioxide may be the one of the component that will react with the rocks, minerals. Okay, minerals of the rock. Okay, at that time it may create any carbonated components. Okay, so by that there may be the weathering also happens. Okay, so it is one of the easiest question. So and then the third statement is that the rainwater contains the atmospheric oxygen. Okay, so this is also okay, atmospheric oxygen. Okay, which of the following statement is correct respect to the above statement? Both the statement 2 and 3 are correct and both of them explain the statement 1. Yes, okay, and then okay, both the statement 2 and 3 are correct, but only one of them explain the one. Okay, wait, so statement 1 is right. Okay, rainwater containing carbon dioxide solution, carbon dioxide in solution, that is also right. Okay, rainwater contains atmospheric oxygen, that is also right. So the answer is actually for 57, it is A. Okay, so somewhat they played with the pattern of the question. Okay, earlier there will only be statement 1 and statement 2 and you have to find the relationship. Okay, now they are moving into the next level of making questions. Okay, so they made a statement 1, statement 2 and statement 3 type of question. Okay, but it is not that much tough. Okay, so for the 57 it is actually A. Next, 54. Again it is one of the direct question and it's a purely a factual part question. Okay, Consider the following countries as Finland, Germany, Norway, and Russia. Okay, how many of the above countries have a border with the North Sea? Okay, when it comes to the North Sea, okay, UK, France, Belgium, Netherlands, Germany, Denmark, and Norway. Okay, these are the countries as actually making a border with the North Sea. Okay, so the question is like, how many of the above countries has border with the North Sea? So go with the elimination. Finland, it is not. Okay, Germany, it is there. Okay, and then Norway, it is there. Okay, and Russia, it is not there. So the answer is only 2. So for the 58th question, okay, it is actually B. Okay, see, most of the questions they asked is purely a factual part question. Next question is 59th question. Okay, see, consider the following information. Okay, it is given that first is waterfalls and then region and then river. Okay, okay, first Dhwandhar. Okay, please note that Dhwandhar is not in the Malwa Plateau. Okay, so Malwa Plateau is in the eastern side, but that's waterfalls is in the actually in the western side. Okay, so Dhwandhar, the region is Malwa, means it's wrong. Okay, so the first one is wrong. Okay, but the river is correct. Okay, the river is Narmada only, that is correct. Okay, but the statement one is wrong due to the region. Okay, next river is waterfall is actually Hundru. Okay, so it is in this Chota Nagpur Plateau. Yes, it's right. And then the river is Subarnarekha, that is also right. So second is right. Okay, third is about the it's a Jog Falls. Okay, Jog Falls, it's a Dirsopa. Okay, so it is in the Western Ghats, that is also right. But the concern with this is actually Jog Falls is the river is actually related to it's actually the river is it's not a Netravadi, it is actually a Swarnavadi. Okay, so Jog Falls. Okay, so the river is Paravadi river. Okay, so first statement is wrong due to it is saying that it is in the Malwa Plateau. Okay, and then the third statement is wrong due to it is due to the river. Okay, so the question is how many of the above row in the given information is correctly matched. Okay, so it is only one. So the answer for 59, okay, it is A. Okay, next geography question is, okay, it's a 60th question. Okay, so region and then the name of the mountain ranges and then the type of mountains. Okay, okay, Central Asia, it's a Vosges. Okay, that mountain is in the Central Asia only. Next, type of the mountain. Yes. Okay, Vosges is actually a block mountain. It is not a, okay, it is actually not a fold mountain. So first statement is actually wrong. Okay, next, Europe. Okay, Europe, in that Europe only the Alps mountain will be like this. Okay, and it is saying that it is a block mountain. No, Alps is actually a fold mountain. Okay, due to the tectonic action, it is creating the fold mountain. Okay, so for Alps it is saying that it is a block mountain, so that is also wrong. So 1 and 2 both are wrong. Okay, next, the third statement, North America. Okay, so North America, Appalachian mountain, it's a fold mountain, that is right. Okay, and then the fourth statement is South America, it's Andes, that is also a fold mountain. Okay, so South America, it's Andes, okay, it's right. And then North America, it's Appalachian, that is also right. And both of the things are, it's a fold mountain. Yes, okay. So when it comes to the 60th question, the question is about in how many of the above rows is the given information is correctly matched. So for the 60, okay, so answer is actually B. Okay, B, Bombay. Okay, so in the first statement, the wrong is about it is a block mountain, and the second statement is actually a fold mountain. They just interchanged it and they made the question. Okay, so the 60th the question, the answer is actually B. Next geography question is, okay, next is in the 72. Okay. '72. Okay. With reference to the water vapor, which of the following statement is or correct? Okay, the first statement, it is a gas. Okay, water vapor is a gas. Okay, the amount of which decreases with the altitude. Okay, so yes, so density of the air masses is goes on decreasing with the altitude. Okay, so altitude increases, okay, the density is decreases. Okay, so by that the statement one is right. Okay, next, the second statement is it is the percentage, its percentage is maximum at the poles. No, it's actually wrong. Okay, in equator there is a high rainfall, at the same time there is high evaporation. Okay, so water vapor content is more at the equator, it's not in the poles. Okay, so by that itself you can easily eliminate the second statement and you can go for an answer as A. So the question is also asking about, it's a correct statement only, so the answer is A. Okay, so for 72 it is A. Okay, it is one of the easiest question. And then the 73rd question, okay, again it is from the climate. Consider the following descriptions. First one, the annual and the daily range of temperature is low. Okay, the precipitation occurs throughout the year. Okay, and the precipitation varies between 50 centimeter to 250 centimeter. Okay, so the annual and daily range of temperature is low. Okay, and then the precipitation occurs throughout the year. Okay, so precipitation occurs throughout the year means you can go for an equatorial climate. Okay, and the precipitation varies between 50 to 250 centimeter means actually when it comes to the equatorial region, it is 250 centimeter of rainfall. Okay, there is a possibility, but the range they are giving, the lower limit is actually 50 centimeter. By that there may be certain confusion. Okay, so it either be the equatorial climate or the humid subtropical climate. Okay, but more of 73 will be its A. Okay, but there is certain confusion related to the 73rd question, because when it comes to that equatorial climate, it have the precipitation occurs throughout the year, that is also right, and the annual and the daily range of temperature also low, that is also right. But when it comes to the issues, the precipitation varies. Okay, so 250 is right, but the lower limit is 50 centimeter is somewhat doubt. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so 73rd it is A. Okay, next 74th question, with reference to the Coriolis force, which of the following statement is or correct? It increases with increases in the wind velocity. Okay, that is also right. The NCERT itself it was given. Okay, so it is not a tough question. Okay, it is maximum at the pole and it is absent at the equator, that is also right. Okay, so 74 it is actually direct from the NCERT only, so it is answer is C. Okay, next 75th question, this is the question I actually told, okay, in the initial discussion itself. Last year they asked about the summer solstice and the winter solstice. Here now they are asking about on June 21 every year, which of the following latitudes experience a sunlight of more than 12 hours? Okay, so June 21 means the sun is actually in the northern hemisphere, it is above the Tropic of Cancer. Okay, so obviously there is the answer will contains the Arctic Circle, that is true. Okay, because the above the Arctic Circle it will be like for a 6 month there will be a day. Okay, So the Arctic Circle will be there. So answer is between C and D. Okay. Now you have to guess it as whether it is Tropic of Cancer or Capricorn. Okay. But here the thing is the sun is actually in the northern hemisphere only. So it is actually a Tropic of Cancer. So the answer is here is D. So 75, the answer is D. Okay. So it is one of the easiest question. Next, 76th question. One of the following regions has the world's largest tropical peatland. Okay. In that level itself, the question is finished. Okay. Other than that, they just make certain statements related to that region. Okay. And they are making the question is more larger to look like that. Okay. But in reality, the question is actually finished in this limit itself. One of the following region has the world's largest tropical peatland. Okay. So one of the region that have the world's largest tropical peatland is it's a Congo basin. Okay. So for 76th, the answer is actually B. Okay. It is actually Congo basin. Okay. So other than that, there is no geography questions. Okay. So there is around 15 to 16 questions are from geography, and most of the questions are only from the climate topic. Okay. So most of the questions are from the climate, and one question is from the geomorphology, and that is also very easy. Okay. It is related to the volcanic eruptions. What are the things that are erupted from the volcanoes? Okay. So that is also one of the easiest question. So most of the questions asked in the geography is from the climate only. Okay. So afterwards we are going to discuss about the economic questions. Okay. So let's ready for this economy. Okay. After a short time, okay, short break, we will start the discussion about the economy. Okay. So most of the question asked in geography is very easy, and also in economy also it is much more easy only. But the concern is that the cutoff may be much high. Okay. So let's see. Update. Okay. Now we are going to discuss about the economic questions. Okay. So when it comes to the economy, it's not about more of factual thing. Okay. And it is not like of a more direct question, but with some basic knowledge, you can easily eliminate and go for an answer. Okay. Such a way only they made a questions. Okay. So let's discuss that. Okay. So for economy, question is actually starting at 31st. Okay. Consider the following statement. Statement 1. If the United States of America were to default on its debt, holders of the US Treasury bond will not be able to exercise their claims to receive the payment. Okay. The concern is, okay, you take any country, okay, consider it is a India, okay, consider that it is a India, okay. In that scenario, you are buying the G2 T-bill, okay. Now the government is defaulting it, okay. They are not able to repay the debt, okay. In that scenario, you can go for a court or any premises, okay. You can, there is certain way of a way to make your claims, okay. So there is certain constitution, there is anything that you can go, okay. So there are lot of possibility for to claim your debt, claim your money, okay. So in that scenario, in that if the US government is becoming as a defaulter, okay, the holder of the US Treasury bond will not be able to exercise their claims to receive the payment, okay. This statement is actually wrong, okay. There is obviously, okay, there will be certain possibility to get your money back, okay. So it is a logical thinking based on which itself you can go for an answer, okay. So it is not able to exercise their claim is actually wrong, okay. They can exercise their claim, okay. There are many other possibilities, okay. So by that, the statement 1 is actually wrong, okay. Next, statement 2, the USA government debt is not backed by any hard asset but only by the faith of the government. This is actually right, okay. See, most of the government securities that we are buying is actually in the belief that the government won't get default, okay. They won't maintain any asset, okay, to backing this debt, okay. They won't maintain any assets like that, okay. So the second statement is actually right, okay. So based on this, the statement 1 is incorrect and the statement 2 is correct. So the answer is actually D, okay. Next question is actually 32, statement 1, okay. So first thing is, what is this syndicated lending means? In, even though if you don't know about anything about what is syndicate means, you may watch any movies, okay. In that movie, if there is any smugglers or anything like that movie means, gangster movie means, they obviously speak about certain things like syndicates. They are running a syndicate. In the KGF movie itself, there was certain dialogue like that, okay. So syndicate means it's a group of people, okay, aligned with the same mindset, okay. Here the syndicate lending means it's a group of lender, they are going to lend the money, okay. Consider that a big corporate, okay. They are need of money of around 10,000 crore, okay, which can't be lent by a single party or a single people, okay. So there will be a group of lender, they are going to lend the money to that people, okay. That is called a syndicated lending, okay. So the statement 1 is, syndicated lending spread the risk of borrower default across the multiple lender. Obviously that is true, okay. So statement 1 is actually true. Next, statement 2, syndicated loan can be fixed amount or lump sum of funds, but it cannot be a credit line. No. See, first of all, you have to know about what is fixed funding or else credit line, okay. So when it comes to the fixed funding means, the borrower is just coming to you and asking a money, you are giving it as a one-time fund, okay. That is like a fixed funding, okay. Or else, okay, credit line means it after in a certain period you will give a certain money, okay. For a periodic time you will just provide a money in a continuous manner, okay. So that is called as credit line, okay. When it comes to the syndicated lending, the syndicated loan can be a fixed amount and or a lump sum fund and also a credit line also, okay. So when it comes to the syndicated lending, it contains both the thing, okay. But what the second statement is actually speaking is, it said that it won't provide a credit line, okay. That is actually not actually wrong. The second statement is wrong, okay. So first is right and the second is wrong. So it is option C. Okay. Next. Okay. This question actually we discussed in the class itself. Consider the following statement in respect of the digital rupees. Okay. See, first thing you have to know about what is this digital rupees means. It's a central bank digital currency. Okay. So the CBDC is nothing but the rupee that is in the digital form. Okay. So nothing different from the normal currency. Okay. So what it is means, it is a rupee. Okay. That is in the form of electronics. So it is a e-rupee. Okay. So that is the simple thing about this digital currency. Okay. So based on which if you are going to think this question means, this you can easily answer this question. Okay. It is a sovereign currency issued by the Reserve Bank of India in alignment with its monetary policy. It's obviously true. Okay. Next, it appears as a liability on the RBI's balance sheet. Okay. Consider that you have a 100 rupees note. Okay. In that the RBI governor make a sign. Okay. So what that sign actually means is, if you are coming to the RBI and if you are asking for a worth of this 100 means, I will give it to you. Okay. So that is the thing was wrote in that rupee. Okay. So that is called as liability for the RBI. Okay. And when it comes to the e-rupees, that is also a liability. Okay. I already said that it is a digital form of the normal currency. Okay. So the statement 2 is also right. Okay. And the third statement. Okay. It is insured against the inflation by its very design. It's actually wrong. Okay. So what is mean by this insured against the inflation means, consider that today you are going to buy a pen for 10 rupees. Okay. So the pen cost is actually 10 rupees. So you are buying it. Next day it is becoming 11 rupees means, now your 10 rupees is not worth to buy that pen. Okay. So that is called as inflation. Okay. Please note that any form of currency issued by the RBI is not insured for the inflation. Okay. For that only they are maintaining the monetary policy committee. They will come into play when it is there is a inflation that is more than 6%. Okay. So they will manage the inflation. Okay. They won't give a currency that is insured for the inflation. Okay. So the third statement is by this reason the third statement is actually wrong. Okay. So if you are going to eliminate the third statement means, the answer first statement is right and the third is wrong means, then the answer will be D. Okay. Then the fourth is it is freely convertible against the commercial bank money and the cash. Yes, I already said it is a digital form of the normal currency. Okay. You are having a rupee. Okay. In a rupee in your pockets. Okay. Now you are going to have a digital form of same rupee in your wallet. Okay. E-wallets. Okay. So you can easily convert it to the bank money or a cash. Okay. That is the true. Okay. So for 33, the answer is D. 1, 2 and 4. Okay. Next question is in 81. Yes. See, one of the most easiest question asked in economy for a decade means this is the question. Okay. The total fertility rate in an economy is defined as, first, the number of children born per 1,000 people in the population in a year. It's wrong. Okay. They are speaking about a birth rate. The number of children born to a couple in their lifetime in a given population. In a couple. Okay. It is not like that. Okay. The birth rate minus death rate. That is also not. Okay. The average number of live birth a woman would have by the end of the end of her childbearing. Okay, that is the right thing. Okay, so for 81, the answer is, for 81, the answer is actually D. Okay. Next, 82nd. Consider the following statement. First statement, in India, NBFCs can access the liquidity adjustment facility window of the RBI. See, it is not there for the, it is not actually, the liquidity adjustment facility is not available for the NBFC. Okay, this is one of the most factual thing. Okay, when you are studying the banking topics, this is the first thing you will study as the difference between the normal scheduled commercial banks and the NBFC. Okay, so this thing is only available for the first of all, the liquidity adjustment facility is nothing but the repo and reverse repo. Okay, so if you are in any need of money means, you can go to the RBI and you can get it. Okay, this facility is only available for the scheduled commercial banks. Okay, it is not available for the NBFCs. Okay, this is the major difference and the basic difference between the NBFCs and the banks. Okay, normal scheduled commercial banks. Okay, so the first statement is actually wrong. Okay, so based on which, if you are eliminating the one means, so answer would be either B or D. Okay, now you have to find the second statement is right or wrong, and you know that third is actually correct. Okay, based on the elimination itself, you can find that third is actually right. Okay, now you have to find whether the second statement is right or wrong. In India, foreign institutional investor can hold the government securities. Yes, that facilities are actually available for the institutional investors. Okay, so foreign institutional investors can have or they can hold the government securities. That facility is there. Okay, so obviously second is also true. So the answer for the 82nd is D. Okay, and the third statement is, in India, the stock exchange can offer separate trading platform for debt. That is also there. Okay, next, 83rd. In India, which of the following can trade in corporate bonds and the government securities? So it's one of the easiest question. First statement, insurance company, they can trade. Okay, and the pension funds, they can trade. Okay, and third is retail investor. Yes, everyone can do that. So 83, it is actually answer is D. Next, 84. Consider the following statement. Exchange traded fund, motor vehicles, and currency swap. Okay, which of the above are considered as the financial instrument? Exchange traded fund, that is actually a financial instrument. Okay, next, currency swap. Yes, here there may be certain confusions for most of the aspirants. Okay, they thought that currency swap is only an agreement between the government. Okay, but it is not only about agreement. Currency swap can be traded as a derivative market. In a derivative market, there will be certain trade in the currency swap agreements also. Okay, so it is actually, the currency swap is comes under the derivatives. Okay, so currency swap is also the financial instrument. Okay, please note that. Okay, then the, like the elimination of the add one out, you can eliminate the two. Okay, so if you don't have any idea about what is currency swap or else exchange traded fund, it's like just like a wild guess. You can go for a guess means you can easily eliminate the two and you can go for answer as 1 and 3. That is the another way to answering the 84th question. So for the 84th question, it's actually 1 and 3. It is D. Okay, so it is actually an easy question only. Next, 85th question. See, in this question also there is a lot of confusion among the most of the aspirants. Okay, first thing is, sorry, 85. With reference to the sector of the Indian economy, consider the following pairs: economic activities and their sectors. Okay. First, the storage of the agricultural produce. Okay. Actually, please note that storage of the agricultural produce is the secondary sector only. Okay. Think it in a different manner. Okay. So you are maintaining a cold storage facility. Okay. That is actually comes under the secondary sector. Okay. Or else you are preserving certain agricultural produce. Okay. Tomato or potato for a longer duration. Okay. Then you are making certain value addition towards that. No. So it is actually comes under the secondary sector. Okay. But most of the people, what they are thinking is, I am producing certain goods and I am storing it in my premises, okay, in my home or anything. Okay. Then it is only comes under the primary sector. It's not like that. It is speaking in a broader manner. Okay. Storage of the agricultural produce means you can consider it is in a cold storage facility also. Okay. So it is a secondary sector. So the answer is first statement is right. Okay. Dairy farm, it is a primary sector. It is true. Okay. Mineral exploration is actually a primary sector. It is not a tertiary sector. Okay. So what is primary means directly connected to the nature. Okay. So mineral exploration is directly connected to the nature. It is a mining activity. Okay. So the third statement is actually wrong. Okay. Next, weaving cloth is actually a secondary sector. Okay. So you are taking the cotton and you are weaving it. Okay. Now, so it is a next level of transformation of the goods. Okay. So then the third one is the only thing wrong in this question. Okay. So third statement is wrong. How many of the pair given above are correctly matched? Okay. So 3 pairs are matched correctly. So 85th, it is C. Okay. Next. So 86th question. Okay. Consider the following materials: agriculture residues, corn grains, and wastewater treatment sludge, and wood mill waste. Which of the following above can be used as a feedstock for producing sustainable aviation fuel? It's actually 86. It's everything. Okay. So answer is C. Okay. This is the direct question. Okay. There is no need for any discussion. Then comes the some tricky question. Okay. So 87th question. With reference to the physical capital in Indian economy, consider the following pairs. Okay. First thing you know, what do you need to know is what is working capital and then what is fixed capital. Okay. So fixed capital means it is like a machineries or something. Okay. So you are continuously going to use it. Okay. So it may face certain depreciation only. Okay. There may be certain wear and tear may happen. Okay. But it won't be consumed in the production process. Okay. Still the machine will be there. Okay. So best example is land. Okay. Machines. Okay. So these are the fixed capital. Okay. Next, what is the working capital means? Working capital means it is going to be consumed in the production process itself. Okay. In the process of producing certain goods, it is going to be consumed. Okay. So you can easily consider this is a raw material. Example is a raw material. Okay. Now you go into the question and try to answer it. Farmer's plow. Okay. So consider that it's a farmer plow. It is a tractor. Okay. Consider it as a tractor. So tractor is actually not a working capital. It's actually fixed capital. It is only going for a wear and tear only. It is not be consumed in the production process. Okay. So first is actually wrong. Next, computer. It's a fixed capital. That is true. Okay. Yarn used by the weavers. Okay. Yarn used by the weaver is actually consumed in this process. Okay. So it is not a fixed capital. It is actually a working capital. Okay. So 1 is wrong and then 3 is also wrong. Okay. Next, petrol. Petrol is actually going to be consumed in the production process. Okay. So 4 is actually right. It's a working capital. Okay. So how many of the above pair are correctly matched? Okay. So 87. Sorry, 87. Only 2 pairs are matched correctly. So the answer is B. Okay. Other than that, yeah, other than that, there are other 2 questions. Yes, it's a 89th question. With reference to the rule or rules imposed by the Reserve Bank of India while treating the foreign banks, consider the following statements. Okay. So the first statement is there is no minimum capital requirement for wholly owned banking subsidiaries in India. Please note that there is a minimum capital of 300 crore. Okay, for a foreign banks that is wholly owned subsidiaries. Okay, so the statement is actually said as no minimum capital. It is not like that. Okay, so for 89, okay, the first statement is actually wrong. Okay, next, for wholly owned banks, banking subsidiaries in India, at least 50% of the board members should be an Indian. This is actually correct. Okay, so second is actually right. Okay, so the answer is for 89, it is B, 2 only. Okay, next, this is the last question of economy in prelims 2024. With reference to the CSR rules in India, consider the following statement. First, the CSR rules specify that expenditure that benefit the company directly or its employee will not be considered as a CSR activities. Yes. 19th question, the first statement is right. Okay. In that act itself, it is clearly said that, okay, if the CSR activities that is going to benefit your employee means that is not considered as a CSR activities. Okay, consider that the company is providing certain health benefits, okay, or else pension benefits, or else old age benefits, okay, that is pending towards their employee means that is not be considered as a CSR activities. Okay, so that is actually true. Okay, next, CSR rule do not specify the minimum spending on CSR activities, which is actually wrong. Okay, it specifies as 2%, okay, after 3 years of profit. Okay, in such a way they actually give it is in a more precise manner. Okay, it's a 2%. Okay, so the second statement is wrong, the first is right. For 90, it is A. Okay, so these are the questions about the geography and economy. Okay, other subjects will be discussed by my colleague. Okay, so please be patient. Okay, next faculty will be available here. Okay, thank you.